So dangerous. Wow, this is so dangerous. Oh, no. Let's see. See my Facebook live. Is it live? Anybody watching me? I look like I'm live. I look like I'm live. Yeah. But just to make sure, hello to everyone. Should be live. Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's get this.
Okay. Hello to everyone. Welcome. Just want to do another session of nagging. Let's see. Not sure everybody can see me live, but I cannot see my face or anybody attending it. Say hi if anyone is actually inside the Facebook so that I know. Hi, Regina. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session. Hi, Rumuni. Oh, okay. Regina actually saw my live. That is very good. Because normally when we do Facebook Live, we just click the portions, the columns to indicate live in Facebook. Yeah, and normally, let me spotlight for everyone. Normally, it will actually go through, but recently, don't know why, the button actually gone missing. Yeah, the button actually gone missing, so that's why I was not sure. Is it something wrong with my Facebook? But I cannot find the button to unlock it. So I have been looking for a button for quite a number of time. It seems like it doesn't come out as it is. So I just let it be. Okay. So let's start the recording. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm just want to make sure that everybody's in. I want to continue to do the Facebook Live. Because it's not meant for content for the Facebook Live. That's how it should be. Hi, Jesse. Do you guys saw the Telegram channel, the chart that I was posting? You guys saw that, the chart? Just in the Telegram. Number one, or why, if you actually saw that particular chart inside the Telegram. Is it interesting? That is a crazy interesting chart. That is killing everyone in that, yeah. Okay. I'm not sure I want to talk about that or not because it's quite sensitive. Yeah, but if you look into that chart, this is a very interesting chart. I think I talked about Ping Fire before. I think you should look back into the content of the Ping Fire. That talk about that when Ping doesn't really have a goal, which is the job wood in present, then somehow, just somehow, yeah, that particular person maybe will be more, don't have any purpose in life. So we do anything in any way due to the person, desire or perspective or interests. Okay, then that particular person will just do anything related to that, and there's nothing to prevent that person to do anything. That is the chart, that kind of chart. So some people were asking me about, is it a good chart when you see a full dragon inside this particular, this month? If you're born with a full dragon month, is it a good chart? I would tell you, in my perspective, I would say it's good. The reason is because I like energies to come into the chart. And when coming in, that indicates that this person can able to absorb everything in just using one perspective, right? Example that you're learning something, maybe you're learning in a different way. Every one of us learn in a different way. And our chart actually show us the way to learn something. Okay, basically we just learn something and the chart actually shows us the way. That means the chart have indication that tells you what is your perspective in learning, what kind of way that you are using to learn, and how the energy actually come in, or whether that you can absorb the information or not, somehow is also shown inside the chart. So when I say a pure dragon, of course, the ego will be sky high. That is the normal indication. But if any informations can be digested, any informations, any energies can come into the body, there's no clash in between. Of course, there is self-punishment, but that one is also bringing energy in. That means you can absorb, you can understand, right? You can be ego, but you're correct in every way. Wouldn't that be a great chart? You can be high authority figures because you know everything. You're able to perform anything. You're able to accept every opinion to strengthen who you are. Wouldn't that be a very great chart? Yeah, because sometimes people just think that, just this kind of chart is going to be very bad. Yes, it is something very bad when the dragon, the full dragon, the full dragon, is a high energies of earth element. And when your chart is like that, somehow your chart also very high earth element, you met with this kind of energy, it maybe can cause you a problem. Yeah, and over the world, around the world, the global, every place have a chart. Every single place have a chart. So if you can identify the chart, then that means that this thing can affect that particular area to make something ongoing happen, or changes is going to happen because of that. Just because of that, the things can actually, something can occur because of the energies like that. Yeah, I was saying, can elaborate more on a bone maker chart? I think it's quite sensitive. Yeah, this one we better talk inside our coaching sessions. Okay, what we still have one more session with the last class, right? So I'm going to bring this chart up in that day, and we're going to talk about that chart. Okay, but today I'm not going to talk about it. It's quite sensitive. Yeah. So hi to everyone. Some of you guys are in Facebook, and some of you guys are actually in the Zoom sessions. If you don't know where to find the Zoom sessions, go to my Telegram and come in. Yeah, go to my Telegram and come in. Okay. Now, any questions before I actually share anything with the Geng method today? Yeah, we just passed through the Jia. Today we are going to talk about the Geng. Any other questions you guys want to ask about Bazi? I like to use a questions timing so that everybody can learn something. Expansion of knowledge is coming from a starting point. Okay, if you look into the Oppenheimer movie, there's a chain reaction. Okay, so one question trigger the the things that you want to ask. It triggers what is it that you want. Then it make it easier for you to understand somehow. Let me open up my part here. Okay, any questions coming from any one of you before we do anything? No questions. I cannot answer the bone chart, but I find it very interesting because it reflects the current chart. And if you notice, Oppenheimer birthday is on 22. Yeah, Oppenheimer birthday is on 22. I just watched the movie yesterday. It was actually just hiding inside my phone for past 6 months, half years, and I never get a chance to watch it. Okay. I was thinking that I thought that it was going to be like somehow a scientific movie that talk about how somebody make a bomb. Yeah, at the first, first hour, maybe it's like that. First 1.5 hour, maybe it's like that. And so really deep diving into what they call the quantum physics. Yeah, not really go into that. So after that, I realized that the entire story was just talking about what happened afterwards. Okay. But it's quite an interesting one, because when you look into energies that we're actually looking in usage in metaphysics, it's somehow related. And there's a big things about this the bomb making. Actually, there's a very big thing behind of it. From my perspective, looking into the movie, I'm trying to find a message inside a movie. So there's a very big thing inside that talking about human abilities. Of course, the end part not very good, but let's talk about human abilities. Yeah. So, okay, no one have a questions. Then we just move into the thing. Okay. So this is Geng method. Okay. So the first thing we actually learning about the 10 step, we look into this particular Geng method. What is this Geng method is actually is. And normally we just use the nature. It's better to use the nature. It's easier to understand in that form. Okay. So every step must go through some changes, some self-reflections, some, some kind of transformation need to happen to make the stem become useful. And I do find out that a lot of times we look into the Bazi in a more terms like labeling them to be good or bad most of the time. But everything inside the chart is required to go through some transformation. So no matter how you look into your own chart, if there is certain ability that you cannot do and cannot perform, then it's a good time to go back to your chart and see that, what is the best thing about me? And did I really improve in that terms? Did I did something or practice with it? Or I activate it in somehow that it turns out to be something useful. Okay, so this is also the things I talk about in the class, especially on there's one event I created in my Facebook that talk about the Tao of life. Inside there, we're going to talk about something related to intention in life. So every metaphysical tools, it is not going to be working when there's no intentions was actually put in. This is also something I taught in class. Yeah. So in your particular chart, or can say that whatever tools that you're trying to use, if you don't give it the life force, it doesn't work for you. It doesn't move. It's just a tool. It's like you saw a scissor inside your house and you didn't even use the scissor in the first place. Then it was just hanging there. Does it really cause problem to you? Not really, because you never use it, correct? And when you're going to use, just practice with the scissor, it can become, some very useful tools for you because you're using it. You're using on it on certain things, maybe cutting something or cutting foods, Yeah. So when you're using it, the more that you use it, the more that you are familiar with it. And somehow it turns out to be a great weapon for you. Okay. So everything in the chart, for me, I would say that like the Dr. Heimer chart, right? It's actually a very bad chart. Traditionally, it's a very bad chart. Why? There's a clash in between, which also somehow represent the marriage problem in the movie. Okay, because there's a clash in between. Okay, and then there is this crazy self-punishment of dragon, right? Or you can say that every corner of the pillar is bombarding that particular day pillar chart. Yeah. So if you're somebody who didn't use it, you didn't know about it, didn't know about your chart, and you didn't have that opportunities in that moment of time, you have no time to practice who you are. You got no times to really did something. Yeah. And then circumstances will also make their alignment to cause you to have what we call the bad interactions of the chart. And unconsciously, you will fall into the problem. Yeah, so it's about using the tools, not about letting the tools just being there. So if you're using your chart by your own, right, it's always good to know that what is the talent? Okay, what is this about? If this is a bad interactions, can I use it to do something to anyone, to anything? Can it become a skill? Can it become a weapon? Yeah, if you look into the chart in that way, you're using your chart and you're not looking at it for example, the volcano eruptions or the earthquake. What is the reason for that? Because it's totally not beneficial to you. And whatever inside your chart cannot really use on that particular terms. It's happening. But if example like Augustine, then it will be a different thing. Because that thing happened is going to produce something that Augustine can be beneficial. It's different, yeah? Yeah, because Augustine is trading, so this kind of thing happening is going to be beneficial. There's something wrong, something being stopped, then this is a great tools to use. If it's not, then the chart or whatever happening around you, suppose the bad thing that's happening to you, it's not going to help you in any way, then there's no point. All right, I'm not looking at this as an abundance. Okay, somebody called me the master of positivity on one consult that I actually going into. Then I tell the person, just did this, did that, right? This is the chart of, this is the chart of yours, you know, and this is the things that you can do, you can perform well in this, right? And then you get the things that you can actually do. Yeah, that is how to look into the chart. Use it as a beneficial. Okay, so when you use it in Geng, of course, everything is nature. Okay, going back to the Geng, everything is nature. So Geng itself is what we call a big chunk of ore or steel before it becomes a steel. All right. So if you are a Geng metal, most likely your life is going to be bombarded from every corner. Why? Okay, you're going to be bombarded from every corner to shape you to become who you are. But metals only have one function. Most of the time, metal is only have one function, which is heavy duty. Okay, especially for Geng, because a big chunk of metal, the only thing that you can become are basically the things that is going to be hard, right? Is going to be aggressive. You're going to make things change. Yeah, Cherry said really work like that. Yes, normally Geng is like that because your entire life is going to be like that. Everything around you is trying to make you to become a useful thing, a useful person, not useful thing. Okay, a useful person, because this is your function. This is who you are. So you got no choice that all year round is if you are born with a Geng Day master, especially Geng Day master, normally you want to be. Yeah, Chinese say, I'd rather not become a useful person now. That is why, and that is the reason that you might fall into some problem because you're rejecting who you are. Okay, that's why you need to know your Bazi. And what you need to know is, okay, let's just talk about something good about this particular Geng. If you're a Geng metal, you just need to know what kind of trees that you want to chop down. Okay, that is the only function of you in Bazi. Because in traditionally, this metal is going to become an X. And which is why it was the Victorian form of Geng usually is just one big axe or a sword. Yeah, Chinese you're Geng Seng. Yeah, then it's even better because you right now you can chop everyone. Okay, so it doesn't really like Of course, I'm not going into the traditional way of reading a chart. Every pillar should have their problem. Okay, if you look into traditional 60 pillar, they will tell you that, okay, you are this and this, then you will become like that. Yeah, but I can tell you that it will then relate to a very fixated way to look into the chart. Yeah, so if you are concerned, yeah, just chop everyone. Basically, chop everyone, chop people, because you say no rest day, right? Say no rest day. Chop things that is actually bring you value, the greatest value. Don't do because of do. So most likely Geng will fall into problem when trying to do everything. Try to chop every tree. Try to go for every corner of the world to find a forest, to chop every of the tree, and unconsciously your Geng metal suddenly become down. Yeah, so when you want to chop people, then you got no energy anymore, no more sharpness to cut off one tree. And why you are wasting time? That's why even though you are strong, you have to sharpen your, your axe and only look into the most valuable one and start working on that. That is the Geng. Yeah, that's why you see the meaning in here. You will see the meaning in here. It's just a straightforward person. Talk one, and anything come to forward, just talk. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Right, wrong is wrong. Because it's a very honest, because you are like that. Don't tell me other nonsense. I want it straightforward. So if you get a student like that, it also like that. Okay? If you get a student like that, if you get a friend like that, they are also like that. Yeah? That's why not many friends. Yeah, suppose is it like that. And most likely you have a lot of friends when you are useful. Okay? Most likely is like that. Okay, then you are useful. You may say, no, I have similar mindset friend. Yeah, you're useful to them. Because the only time to use you is they want to chop a tree. Right? What is the usage of a tree? In the olden day, tree is the pillar, tree is the one that actually build a house, build a building. Tree is everything in the olden days. So that's why you are useful in that terms. If you are, you are in the right place and people want you to do something, then you got a lot of friends. So that's why you have to be as useful as possible, Okay, as useful as possible. The only bad thing about you is you are, is very rigid, very stubborn to actually transform an ore become an X. Takes a lot of time. It is not easy to melt one, but it takes a lot of time, Okay. Jimmy say need heat to burn and need water to flush. For an X, normally only need the heat. Doesn't really need the water. Okay, doesn't really need the water, yeah. Can you apply Geng methods such as armor? Yes, can apply in any way. We are not talking about day master only. We are talking in any way in your life. So if you fall under your example, your month pillar, that's mean your skill, your talent is really talking about one singular skill set, sharpen that skill set, and that is the only thing you will do for the rest of your life. Example only, okay, if it's not, it turns out to be very bad. Okay, but that actually indicates that you need to be useful. You need to sharpen yourself. Now, your Geng is not going to be useful if there is no fire in the chart. Okay, your Geng will not be useful if there is no fire in the chart. Yeah, and especially it's a Ting fire, not a Beng fire. Because I just tell you, it requires times to melt it down, right? To change, to sharpen yourself, then the only thing you can actually be or using in a chart is a Ting fire. So if you are Geng itself, yeah, if you are Geng itself, okay, how to work with such individual, push them to become useful, Camilla. Okay, Yeah. So Cherry said ting fire in the month pillar and also hidden stem. If it's hidden stem, most likely you didn't know how to utilize the fire. Okay, most of the time, maybe you don't know how to utilize the fire. But if you have this, then it's very important in the chart. Every Geng method chart is very important to have a ting fire. Yeah, if your Geng doesn't have a ting fire in the chart, most likely you for forever in one shape. Forever in one shape, yeah. Especially this is your day master. Very hard. Very, very hard. Okay. Yeah. Jim say Bing how Bing cannot. Bing only can reflect how Geng looks like only. Yeah. So if you have a Bing fire, you have a ting fire, at least your Geng, if you have Bing fire, then everybody know how useful you are. You have a ting fire, it indicates how that you become useful. Yeah. So anything with ting related to DO. So this is something that you need to adopt to your usefulness. Okay. To your usefulness, yeah. So DO means that is system, is structures, right? If this is going to be an example like you know, sometimes the DO also can indicates other related authority. Okay, so if you are Geng, you also need to be in authority. If you're a Geng, you also need someone to notice your usefulness, which is your boss. So if you're a Geng metal, and then unconsciously you clash inside the chart, okay, your Geng metal has some clash inside the chart, and this clash somehow related to a DO in any way, and then it's very hard to find your usefulness. Okay, that's when your boss doesn't believe in you, or you didn't even allow the changes was done to you, or the instructions from someone. Okay, DO, yeah. So Cherry will say means you're useless. No, you're not useless. You just need to know where is your fire is and use the fire to shape yourself. So system, structures, authorities, and all this is very useful to you. And you have to allow yourself to be there. Because as a Geng metal, they will feel that all these things is useless. They will see, you know, climbing up the ladder is useless. I don't want to take more job. I don't want to be authority. The only thing I know is execution, not managing people. That is also one of the bad thing about Geng. Yeah, because you feel yourself in that way. So naturally, an X just look like an X, but somehow it cannot, you know, it's a useful tools, but not for what we call showcasing. Okay, not to showcase, not to put on the wall. Yeah, but actually putting on the wall brings more authority. Okay, as a decoration. Yeah, but people don't feel it that way. So for an X to put as a decoration, right? Yeah, then wouldn't it need to go through a lot of transformations and modifications from a ting fire? This means you have to absorb. You have to let things change who you are to become more useful, more executional. If it's not, then your Geng is useless. Yeah, and this is only for making you to become useful. Yeah, you also need to know where is it the job is. Because for you in the entire chart, okay, for you for the entire chart, if you are a Geng metal and there's no jar wood in the chart, there's no place to chop the wood. This means it look very good, but there is no place to execute it. Yeah, then maybe it's very hard to earn, because this one represent what? This one represent indirect wealth. All right, you need to know what is the most, you know, return of investment location that you truly need to be that it brings you the best value. If it's not, super hard. Okay, super hard, yeah. But the 10-year luck base yin fire will happen when they are yin and yang fire. Doesn't matter. You're strong enough. You just need to know that this is the period to change who you are, to make yourself sharpen your swords, yeah, to become an even better person, which is extremely good. Okay, extremely good. You get the exposure, people know who you are. Right now, you can showcase who you are. So what you need to do is to get a skill, get something that you can do with it. Yeah, if this is your day master, that means it must related to your branding, your name, your fame, or who you are. Okay, there's a Geng. I'm talking about the usefulness of it. Yeah, in nature, you need this tool. One of it, this tool is what we call the Geng metal useful god. Yeah, because without this tool, normally you find no purpose in life, because Jia also represent the purpose. Okay, then unconsciously what happened to you? Yeah, you just keep on fighting, keep on, keep on executing, don't know where you are, do whatever was given to you, and then you find that your life has no purpose, and then you find that there's nothing else to actually go and attack. Yeah, then why waste time? That's why you feel exhausted. If you have, now, there's something also you need to understand. Okay, if you have a lot of fire, too much of fire, somehow the Geng also cannot retain its shape. Yeah, that means your day master is a weak day master. Yeah, then you need to control what is it that is going to produce to you, what is it that is going to happen to you or force you to become. If something not beneficial, cut it off. If this is not going to make me useful, I don't want this. Not just say you exalt everything, yeah. Okay. If the chart have too many jia wood, then you will become no directions. It's the same like just now I'm explaining. You become no directions, you want to chop everything, you want to go everywhere, and in the end, you exhaust yourself, and you become down, and then nothing to do, yeah? Okay, yes, Cherry. See you again, yeah? Okay, so that's why if your chart doesn't have the jia, and your luck pillar come in as a jia, now is the time to find where is it that location is. Okay, now remember, everything in your chart, okay, need to be activated. And once activated, it can bring forward. The same as when the luck pillars come in. So if in that moment of time, you learn something, you get something, you got the opportunities and a lot of stuff happening, then it's the opportunity you have to grasp, and that makes you having that particular opportunity comes in. Okay, it was never about the new luck pillars. Sometimes it's about the past luck pillar, the current luck pillar. You should do something with the current luck pillar. Okay, no matter what it is, you should do it. Okay, Jimmy say, no wonder my friend say he find breakthrough of his skill set when contemplating it during a cold path. Normally, Geng need to find way to transform themselves. Okay, normally they don't think too much, they execute a lot. So finding a very good skill set is very important, because they will actually slowly go and do the thing, sharpen it, maximize it, and become very good with it. Yeah, so that's why you can see the meaning. Okay, the meaning of it is very principled, dependable, very resilient, because that is the function of it. Okay, this also represent the what we call the Geng, the metal element. Okay, yeah. So now this is the thing that is useful for the Geng metal. What is it the things is bad for Geng metal in here? Yeah, the two bad thing is actually this, which is why they don't do it. These are two bad things. Okay, most of the time, yeah, it make them lazy. It make them when you suppress them, the ore that never come out from the earth, nobody can see it, you know. Nobody can know what they are. Nobody even know they are there. So if you have earth metal, there's a lot of earth element in your chart, right? Then most likely nobody can see you. But in terms of human actions or human decisions making, you also think too much. Yeah, too much of earth, because this one is IR and one is DR, or this is IR and this is DR. Basically, you think too much. You think the world doesn't need you, which is an IR. This is a very big picture. You think whatever you are doing right now, it is not useful at all. There's nothing coming out from this. Then it becomes problematic. Okay, nothing is good in here. It becomes problematic. If you're GF, you internally, whatever that you're doing, whatever that you're learning, somehow make you feel that you can't achieve it. Yeah, you're not as smart as other people. So this too is something that you should ignore inside the chart. Okay, of course, you cannot ignore it. I'm just telling you, but information is really not for you. Okay, big picture is really not for you. Yeah, and when it's not for you, there's no point on using them. Yeah, you will also find that these two particular because this element represent your parents. Okay, if you have a lot of earth element in the chart, and you are like Jimmy, some wealthy, son, and then your parent is like carrying you a lot, bombard you with a lot of things, most likely you didn't find your skill set in life. The only things that make you useful, because your parent is still care about you. Okay, caring about you too much, make you unable to execute. You can say lazy, but I don't think the lazy word is good. It's just that you are being suppressed to perform the greatest of you. You're being suppressed. So that's why it's not really good, these two elements. And if you didn't know, this two is also very hard to produce. Okay, metal element. In the olden day, it was actually called, somebody called it the ice, somebody called it metal. Yeah, it depends on how people actually look at it, but originally their own state, they cannot produce out. Yeah, it is not like it is not really like fire. Fire, when you burn it, it will actually produce earth. Correct? If you burn something, it will create earth. Metal doesn't really do that, Metal element doesn't really do that. It only can produce water when it was in the good location. Okay? Only can produce water in a good location. So originally, they didn't produce out any of what we so-called the eating god and also hurting officer. Very hard to do that. Yeah, but only in the right place, right environment, they can create this tool. Now, why is it this tool is very important? This tool represent ideas and also what we call, some performing acts that you showcase. Because these two represent creation. These two also represent children. Somehow in this world, we need follower. Yeah, we actually need follower. Yeah? So as a Geng, you're very hard to have people to follow you. Originally, they will come and follow you. Naturally, you actually can produce. It's very hard. So as a Geng method, you need to be in the right place, doing the right thing. Then people will believe you. It's weird, yeah? But most of the time it's like that. This is also to build up because right now this world, It's talking about leadership. We're talking about, peoples. We're talking about networking. For Geng, it's very hard to go for network. Like just now, Cherry was saying, right? No friend. Yes, it's like that. Basically, it's like that. Yeah, but only when you are, again, you're useful, you're in the right place, people will then come and believe you. Yeah, so best is to detach from DIR parents to the best version of Geng. Actually, yes. Because when you're born like that, most likely you don't care. If you care too much of your parents' advice, you somehow cannot exert. But most of the time, Geng method are not very good with their parents. Most of the time, because originally it's like that. Okay, it's stubborn, it is proud. Yeah, most of the time they are not good with their parents. They feel that their parents are suppressing them. Okay, that is, Jimmy, what is your friend is true, is a good thing, It's a good thing. Yeah, if you allow that to happen, right, keep on producing to you, then you got no choice. But this one you have to look into strong day master or weak day master. If you're a weak day master, you got no choice. You require your parents because you're not strong enough. Yeah, you say a weekday master, someone like it the rope like that. Okay, so the parents is good, but originally they are actually not in a very good way because it will suppress the Geng. Yeah, so that's why you will see. This is totally a one-man show guy. Okay, it's a one-man show guy. So if you have somebody like Geng, right? A Geng as your colleague, and he's doing well by himself, then let him did whatever it is. Okay, because you also use this for other people, not just use for yourself, not just use for your own learning, correct? So it's good to look into that way on how your Geng method actually perform. Very good. Yeah, so that explain how Geng method actually is. It's very hard to produce water. Yeah, this means if your chart, you have Geng method, you have a lot of water element. Somehow your ideas doesn't really come from you. Okay, yeah, but there's a but. In the right position, Geng method can produce water if it is seasonal with metal element, which is the autumn, and also the winter. If you're in these two particular pillar, then you can do ideas creation. Only in these two particular season. If you're not in these two particular season, forget it. Most of the water in your chart are not producible. You're not able to do it. Let's just example, because hurting officer means performing. Okay, hurting officer means performing, means coming to do public speaking and stuff like that. If you're born in the fire season, most likely it's very hard. The words that you use is very straightforward. And people don't want to, it's very hard for people to understand it. It's untrainable. Okay, there's one way to look at it. It's called untrainable. But if you're in water or the winter or autumn season, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, like me, my chart, of course, I'm a zinc metal. Okay, zinc metal like to showcase, but zinc metal, if you are born in the wrong season, your words that you use, okay, it's very hard to listen for others. You didn't even think that it's going to hurt other people. Yeah. So if you're born in a good season, you can still train yourself. You can still go and observe, practice, then it turns out to be good. Yeah. If it's not, yeah, this is something also in Bazi that I like to talk about. I would say that if you are an element inside the chart, there's one single element inside the chart, and let's just say Geng lah, we are talking about Geng. There is nothing to produce in and nothing to produce out. Your Geng is what I call stagnant energy inside the chart. This is also something you need to somehow need to, learn about and understand it. When it was stagnant, then it unable to do its original original purpose or original activities. Yeah, if you're stagnant, you only absorb or you only produce. Okay, so for a very good stem or very good element in your chart, you require element to produce in and produce out. Yeah, okay, thank you, Regina. Yeah, is you require element to produce in and produce out. If it's not, then your element is not usable at all. Yeah, it's stagnant. Somehow when it did something, just something go wrong. Okay, you cannot perform something because there's nothing in the chart. Example like me. Even though I say that in the right season, the person can do something by learning and practice, but the true purpose of like eating God and hurting officer is really like creations. In somehow, I actually go through one part of my life, going through for the music, industry, somehow, and learning about guitar. You never understand how it functions because it doesn't have in a chart. Yeah, so that is the problem. Yeah, that is actually a problem, a stagnation element, especially this element inside your chart. And the top profile means that the most dominant energy in a chart is this element, and there's no element to produce out, and there's no element to produce in. Your most likely this top 10 profile will turn out to be a negative element. You will actually did it wrong, did a lot of problems out of it. The effect of it is not what you think of it, but it seems like you are actually good in doing it, but nothing able to be produced. There's no result. There's no facts. If nothing produced in, there's no facts. There's no resources coming from the back. You didn't learn about this. You just want to perform. Okay. If there's nothing to produce out, this means whatever creations that you're trying to come up with somehow doesn't align with what people wanted, doesn't align with the result that you wanted, but you actually have that perspective. So you have to train. Yeah, this one completely need to train because this is the highest profile in your chart. Yeah. So when you learn like this, then you know that, okay, my element in a chart become much more important in anything. Okay, not just the top profile. The 10 God is just a 10 God. Yeah. Stem is like your nature, something that you build in. You can do something or you cannot do something. The 10 God is an action. Okay, and actions you will perform, and actions that you think that you can actually take. Yeah, so the more higher the element, the higher the 10 profile, you're good in doing that, but it doesn't mean in a stem you're able to perform it. So that is one of the things that the stem is very important before learning the 10 gods. Yeah. Now, this is the sharing, and one more thing. Okay, why is it I say that it need to be leveraged by somebody to make you really becoming useful? Most of the time, it's actually quite good to be leveraged by others. Yeah, you cannot really think. Okay, you cannot really perform out. Originally, as a Geng, you cannot do that. Yeah, and you need to find a place, to identify this place is good or bad. Yeah, then you need this particular zinc metal, which is able to help you to do things. But if you in the chart, we will say this rock wealth is going to use you for whatever that you actually whatever that you are doing right now. Yeah, we don't like the zinc. Okay, but I'm going to tell you that it's good to use the zinc. Okay, because this zinc will do a lot of communications for you. We do a lot of other things for you. Okay, that push you to go into certain places that you're supposed to be. Yeah, so most of the time, Geng metal, if you are born as Geng metal day master, you will always feel that your sibling is using you because this is rock wealth. And rock wealth highly related to the sibling around you. Okay, if you're zinc metal, you will use everybody else. Okay, Yeah, because sing is talking about leveraging. It's also the communicator in the chart. Yeah. Okay. No way. No. How you look at sing method? Sing method will do that. Original, it was like that. Originally, it was like that. Yeah. So you have to understand that if you meet with a sing method, it's like that. So if you're Geng, it's good to have this person with you if you don't know what to do. Yeah, don't know what to do. Let this person think. Because this sing will go and find every way possible to find something. Yeah, it will actually do that. Yeah? Okay, so they will do the thing. So if you're Geng, you have to use sing method. I know that traditionally it's not good. Traditionally, we say Geng method don't like sing method. Because always get this sing to use that. You're being used all the time. It's not a good approach. Yeah? So some people don't like that. Okay, so another thing about this is a yit wood. Yeah. Now, I want to tell you something. Because combinations sometimes can kill an element. Yeah. So you can say that yit wood in the chart, it also related to you that Geng metal cannot do this networking. Yit is a diplomat. Yit is the one that do, go and depends on others. Yit is the one that network with others, talk with others. But for you as a Geng, you cannot perform this. Okay, because this will actually, after the combination, the element will gone. Okay, after the combinations, the element will gone, and it will strengthen who you are. Okay, but you cannot do this. That means that the more that you network, the more that you try to perform the yit wood activities, somehow everybody feel that it's only benefit to you. Okay, other people will feel that way. So this is also one of the reasons that you cannot make friend. Not say cannot make friend, but you can make friend. It's just that original is like this. Okay, originally it's like this. So you find small networking, small talk is very hard. Why is it small talk? Yit would represent small talks. Okay, one-to-one communications, not one-to-big group. Yeah, because Yit is a very small element in the chart, and it's always strengthening you. Yeah. So what does that mean? This is actually related to direct wealth. Yeah. This one is a direct wealth. So, which is also another reason to tell you, find the right place, find the right skill. Because whatever that you're performing right now is going to go off by its own. But whatever that you are in, we're actually strengthening who you are. So if you're a Geng, you should look into something valuable in front of you and then try to find bigger things to do. Okay, and focus only in the location that is beneficial. If it's not, you just thought that you're doing normal thing. Normal thing indicates direct wealth. Okay, you think that you keep on executing in one way to earn money, but somehow this money will go and come again, go and come again, because you combine them, you make them go away. Yeah, so don't treat in that way. You will feel exhausted. You will surely be exhausted. Yeah, because every time you have to find something new to do. Okay, so that's why it's very important to understand in this term of Geng, it really tells you almost everything. Okay, yeah. Now, I hope that interests everyone. Just trying to bring this as a weekly Facebook live. Before we go, anyone have any questions? I'm actually looking into Facebook and also my Zoom because I worry that my Zoom not online. Yeah. Any questions coming from you guys? You guys have fun? You guys have fun? Actually, learning have to be fun. Okay. You guys find this good learning? Just using back whatever it is present inside the chart? Yeah. Inside the chart, yeah. Just use back whatever Bazi is. No need to give you a very strong interruptions. Use nature, use whatever the element that was present, and then you actually can get the cycles and form. Okay, then it will be good. Yeah. So Jimmy was saying that I learned how I can better use my own Geng. Yeah, if your Geng is something that you're doing right now. Now, a lot of times, we learn Bazi, we thought that it's only for day master. Okay. And you might not know the deeper way to use all this is to understand your own chart. And are you in performing that particular actions or not? Yeah, because if this is your DO example, this is your DO, the Geng is your DO, then that means represent your boss. It represents your career. Okay? DO represent your boss and career. If something happening with your career, you should target it to look into this. Are you doing this only? Okay, are you allowing this to transform you so that you can have a better job in your job? DO also represent your husband. Okay, so your husband maybe don't like small talks, like valuable talks inside your chart. So you can transform in many ways. Deeper way of learning, that's mean you have to look into that particular element because everyone have one of these stamps in your chart. So you have to look deeper, understanding that if this is a person, how that I should treat it. If this is the person in my chart, this is how it behave, right? And then this is how that I actually need to talk with this person. If this is my boss, I know that my boss doesn't like the normal things. They want valuable stuff. Okay, so I have to comply to this and make sure that everything I do was actually on that particular area, right? Then only this actually become a useful step. So normally looking into the chart is to find what problem you have. Okay, what problem you have. So Leanne was saying, what happens if there is no thing, Geng can improve. You can still improve it by being in that particular place. Okay, being in that particular place means find place that is think fire. Think fire means passion. Yeah, maybe it is an industry. Maybe is an environment that everybody was actually quite good in burning everyone. Yeah, because if your chart doesn't have it, that means you cannot perform. But environment have it. Okay, environment have it. Yeah. So if environment have it, then you use the environment. That's the only way. Yeah. Then you can actually sharpen your whatever you have and become good. Okay. It's very hard to make a thing, Jimmy, sometimes. It requires if you somebody will learn Bazi, maybe you can create the thing fire. Maybe, just maybe. But most of the time it's very hard. Yeah, because when you don't have that element in the chart, you basically don't have that, Example, thing fire represent passion. You don't have any passion in something. If missing element, you completely don't have this in your chart. Then no matter what you do, you cannot understand that. So you have to find a place that people are like that. So when they are like that, you're working with them, then you didn't understand it. Yeah, the essence doesn't have. It's very hard. You have to create the essence. It's very hard if you don't have it in a chart. So you have to go into the place that they actually have it. So you work under them, you talk with them, you make friends with them, you network with them. Then it actually change who you are. It actually transform you. Yeah, if you don't have that, yeah, it's very hard. This is the thing I can tell you, it is very hard until you be in an environment that you can actually do that. Okay, and of course, your thing fire can come from the months, your thing fire can come from the years, right? So this is the two particular, observations that you actually need to go for it. Your thing fire always come in the summer season. Okay, maybe the thing fire not present, but they will come. So you can get a heavenly stamp. So every year you have something to perform. Every month you can do something. If you feel that you are not in that good shape, so a lot of things you can do it, yeah. But it's just that it's not in that way, yeah. So yeah, you can join motivational training. You can join insurance company. Okay, yeah. Find passions. You can join act class. Okay, you can join something that people are passionate about. Fire element is also about metaphysics. Whatever you think you want. Okay, it just make sure that you actually have a way to transform your own. Okay, join Senor, yeah. But my type is more into wood elements. Okay, I like to talk philosophical type. Yeah. So Tammy was saying, what if no G and Ja in a Geng chart? That means the purpose is gone. Okay, most of it is gone. You don't have an actual purpose. How to use Ping DM for lady with 0 Geng in natal chart? Ping DM. Most likely Ping fire is good to find Jia wood. Yeah, good to find Jia wood. Yeah. So there is some forces that you want to find, some problem that you want to find in the chart. So Ping fire, okay. Yeah. So if you look at it, right, you're a Ping fire, you need to know that there is a bigger picture, okay, bigger things you need to learn. Yeah, find Jia wood is the best thing for the Ping fire. Yeah, because if you burn everybody, because the sun doesn't have a tree, it will burn the earth. So you need to know that how to protect something, because Jia represent protecting. Yeah, so you are trying to understand what this world is happening, what is the biggest problem, who is getting hurt right now, right? If your chart doesn't have Jia, you will not do that. Okay, you become a very selfish person and you only think about your own. You never find something to protect. Yeah, you never know that something that you did actually killed everybody. Okay, you actually didn't know. You don't care about that. You basically don't care about it. Yeah, so that's why you have to find a job so that you can protect. Okay, so what is a job indication? Is an indirect resource, big picture of life. Okay, it's a leadership, it's authority, it's the most useful element, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoy this. Yeah, I hope that you guys actually enjoy this. And I'm going to see you guys next week. Yeah, got any questions? You can basically ask in Telegram. Okay, so see you. Goodbye. Have fun. Not yet. I'm still going a few more classes. Thank you to everyone. Goodbye.